So guys, in the laboratory, there's always need to actually always preserve samples, all right? Because you collect a sample and you're not actually ready to use it now, or it could be that you collected a sample and you need to actually transport this sample to another laboratory somewhere to use the sample, all right? So you might actually want to preserve this sample, okay? So you can basically use sodium fluoride in preserving samples, okay? And basically we'll be talking about its mechanism of action, how it acts to basically what preserve samples. So knowing the mechanism of action now, you should be able to infer the uses, okay, of this substance. All right. So what is the focus? We are to discuss sodium fluoride mechanism of action in sample preservation and uses. All right. So this is sodium fluoride. Sodium fluoride can be used together with heparin. You can see from here, it's labeled heparin sodium and sodium fluoride. Okay. So we'll basically be looking at how this acts. So we said that sodium fluoride, okay, sodium fluoride preserves glucose content of a sample via its anti-glycolytic property. That means it is against the glycolysis pathway. Do you understand? So it has an anti-glycolytic property. And how does it do this? It does this by what? Inhibiting enolase. All right. And it is a weak anticoagulant. All right. So it inhibits enolase, which is an important enzyme in the pathway for glycolysis. Okay. So it is often used together with other anticoagulants because it's a weak one. All right. Like the potassium oxalate. All right. So it is poorly soluble. So thus the sample must be mixed properly. So if you are putting sodium fluoride maybe in a blood sample, then you need to mix, okay? So fluoride inhibits many enzyme activities and high concentration affects urease, okay? You can see the mechanism of what? Sodium fluoride. Sodium fluoride mechanism, basically to prevent what? Glycolysis, all right? And glucose levels will not fall, all right? So to preserve the glucose content of a sample, all right? Now, what is the uses now? It's used in preventing glucose loss. That's loss of glucose during transportation or delay specimen handling, all right? Probably collected a specimen today and you want to actually what? Handle it tomorrow or assay for it tomorrow. Then you might actually want to add a sodium fluoride if you need the glucose content to be preserved, all right? So now in high concentrations, it can be used in estimation of the urea concentration, okay? Since it inhibits what? The enzyme urease, okay? So that's it about how this sodium fluoride actually acts to what? Preserve, um, acts to preserve what? Um, samples, all right, by inhibiting the glycolytic pathway and basically its uses. All right, so see you guys pretty soon.